Hey there, everyone. Welcome in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Day by Day. Today is the goodest of Fridays. It's Good Friday, the 18th of April. Thanks for being here. Hope all is well. It wasn't too bad, all things considered. I tried to cut it out as best I can, but my wife and daughter were. The wife was trying to get the girl to go to sleep. The girl didn't want to go to sleep. It's a whole thing. Should be glad you weren't here to endure it like I was. Not fun. All right, so I didn't get to get the. I don't think I got to get the morning stuff on this account, and I definitely didn't get the afternoon stuff on this account. So if you're wondering about why things are this way, it's because life is a banquet. In the immortal, sarcastic words of one Dr. Fraser Crane. It's actually not a banquet, and it's a challenge. But it's like the perspective you have to take is it's going to be over. You know, every day that you get behind you is another day that you're not going to have to repeat. And eventually, things are going to change, and kids get older. That whole thing. And what you're doing now is not what you're always going to be doing, because eventually things are going to change. That's the nature of things. People get older, kids get older, things change. Because if you're staying the same person that you were yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, then you're not changing, because the version of me that you saw doing this video yesterday is not the same version of me that you're seeing do this version of today. Because I'm ever changing. My thoughts are changing, the way I look at things, the way I see things, the way I perceive things, changing every day. And I don't know. There's certainly an argument to be made that that's not a good thing, but I'm not actually sure how good of an argument that is. I forget. I'm like, what are we doing? Am I farming Kinty? Am I farming signal data on 30 accounts now? On this account, the Hyperlight, and the free-to-play I do daily videos for. That seems kind of excessive, if I'm being honest. And if you're wondering, hey, is it hard to keep track of what account is doing what? Sometimes. And like with conquests right now, I'm not. No, I know on this account and the original account, I'm going to be starting conquest during the summer. And I mean, that's going to be a challenge. Let's be honest. But come fall and winter and next spring, that's not going to be a challenge. Why? Because my kids are going to be in school 5 days a week. I mean, it will, because especially if next winter is like this winter was. And if it's and this spring is like this spring has been, where it's just dragging on, and you're like, are you kidding me? We're still doing, because I mean they're still gonna have school, which is a good thing. And who knows where we'll be at foster kid wise next year. But I'm looking forward to having some semblance of time during the day. And, I try to dig through it and try to get through Conquest as fast as possible. But, who knows how long it's going to take us to get up enough teams to be able to actually succeed in normal Conquest, because I've been doing normal Conquest on my Hyperlight account. And it's really a challenge. I've had to keep working on stuff, and I'm just now to the point where I'm like kind of succeeding. And the only reason I say kind of succeeding is because my Sith Empire team is just a little low. I think they need to be, obviously I think they'll be able to walk through basically anything if they were Relic 5, but I think they're all Relic 3 now, and that's just, it's still super challenging to do it that way. But I mean, now we've got at least 3 or 4. Oh, did it 4? I think they did. Got to check. Oh, I think so. Yeah. So watching the football game that I talked about on the free play, missed that touchdown, which I was like, oh, but oh well. At least I'm giving the game ratings, which is, I feel is important. Like I don't feel like giving a lot of stuff ratings is important. But this thing, like this spring football league jive, that I totally feel is worth giving ratings, even if I'm like not really watching it or tangentially watching it. To me, it's important that I at least have it on. That way I'm encouraging the league and everything. And I really struggle with why people don't watch it, because it's like, just turn it on. And if you watch it, that's fine. If you don't, just have it on in the background. It's fine. Like that's what I got it on. It's right here on my phone. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit so actually. Nice throw. But yeah, like I said, spring is, I mean, who knows what, we obviously still have to get through summer, and who knows that's going to be like. That's going to be a challenge, especially if stuff goes down the way it did today, which I'm not too happy about, but I'm just putting it just putting it behind me and moving forward. Because, if you dwell on it too long, it's just going to destroy you. And you just can't allow that to happen. Because if you do, it's a bad thing. All right, so we're almost done. I feel like but you gotta think I'm loco. I don't know. What did I do? Did I pull? did I work on this character at all? But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's taking forever and it's not fun. But it's just like this. It's just like this whole thing with the whole grind of being free to play. And I mean, we're not free to play on this account, but because we've bought Lightspeed bundles, but other than that, we've not spent, we're not buying Kairos. I haven't bought a Conquest Pass or an episode pass or anything. So from a gaming perspective, we haven't spent on this account since, what was the last thing we bought on this account? I think it was the Revens or the Sisters packs. By the way, where are we in relation to the Revens? I haven't talked about that, and I haven't thought about it in a minute and a half, probably. So let's take a look real quick. Done-ish. Not really, but close. Done. Yeah. And I think we're still waiting on... Yeah, we're still waiting on Tuesday this for Revan. And then mods and a couple relics, and then we're good. But I'm going to jump into Conquest. I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to watch Conquest because, like I said, a little behind because, reasons and stuff and all that fun jive. But, yeah, we're moving on. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe. Tell your friends. We can talk about anything, even if it's off topic. Even if you just need some life advice. I'm not an arbiter of all that is sacred and pure, but I do try. I try to be informed on stuff, and I mentioned today's the goodest Friday of the year, and I firmly believe that. And I know by the time you're watching it, it's not Good Friday. It's not even Easter. It's probably next weekend, I'm guessing. But we'll see. Anyway, like I said, you need anything, let me know. As always, hold the line, and so they don't come and get us. Yeah, because I'm not going to be responsible if they do. Till next time, have a good one. Bye.